Welcome back to The Life with the Browns. What if the Brown family was about to face the most shocking twist yet? After years of public divorces, financial meltdowns, and courtroom drama, viewers thought the chaos was over. But Season 20, Episode 1 delivers a bombshell nobody saw coming. Rumors of Kody and Robyn considering a brand new wife. Yes, you heard that right. While Christine has moved on, Janelle has stepped away, and Mary has finally broken ties. Kody and Robyn are suddenly entertaining the most scandalous idea of all: adding another wife to the family. But why now? And what does this say about their marriage? And about the Sister Wives brand itself? Because this isn't just about polygamy anymore. This is about survival, image, and control. The episode begins in Flagstaff, inside Kody and Robyn's home. At first, the scene looks calm, even staged. But underneath the surface, the tension is unmistakable. Kody brings up what he calls the original vision. He reminds the audience that plural marriage wasn't just a choice. It was, according to him, a calling from God. Then comes the line that sends fans into a frenzy. If God wanted me to take another wife, I would have to consider it. Typical Kody, defensive, self-righteous, and conveniently forgetful of his failures. But think about it. The man who couldn't hold 4 marriages together is now hinting at opening the door again. Is this a genuine spiritual conviction, or just a desperate attempt to rewrite his story after years of collapse? Robyn's reaction says it all. Her arms are crossed, her eyes dart nervously. She whispers, "I don't know if I could do it again. It almost destroyed me the first time." That single line becomes the emotional pivot of the entire episode. For the so-called favorite wife, it's a rare moment of vulnerability. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Insiders claim this shocking conversation wasn't completely organic. According to reports, TLC producers encouraged Kody to float the idea, manufacturing drama to spark buzz for Season 20. If true, it means Kody is once again prioritizing headlines over healing his broken family. And the fans? They are furious. Within hours of airing, Twitter and Reddit exploded with side-by-side comparisons of Kody's contradictions. Season 3. Kody: I can't handle more wives. Season 10, Kody: Polygamy is destroying us. Season 17, Kody: I want to focus on Robyn. Season 20, Kody: Maybe it's time for a new wife. The hypocrisy is glaring, and fans are demanding answers. Meanwhile, the episode weaves in painful flashbacks. Christine in tears, Janelle describing the loneliness, Mary questioning her worth. Each memory feels like a warning sign, as if the editors are screaming, "Remember what happened the last time Kody followed God's plan." And then comes the kicker. Reports say Christine's exit interview, filmed right after her breakup, was used as inspiration for this storyline. In that interview, she allegedly warned, "He'll never stop. He'll always think he needs more. He doesn't know how to love what he has." If that's true, Season 20, Episode 1 isn't about adding a new wife. It's about proving Christine right in real time. But the real twist? Robyn. For years, fans accused her of quietly enabling Kody, but this episode shows something different. Her hesitation feels raw, even defiant. She admits the jealousy nearly broke her, that every night alone felt like losing love instead of gaining it. For the first time, Robyn echoes the same pain Christine, Janelle, and Mary voiced for years. And yet she also reveals the fear still haunting her, the fear of being blamed. "I don't want to be the reason Kody gives it up. I don't want people to say I ended polygamy." That's the heart of the dilemma. Robyn doesn't want another wife. But she doesn't want the guilt of ending the Brown family's so-called legacy either. And that's why this storyline is explosive. Because it isn't just about Kody chasing another wife. It's about whether Robyn will finally push back or continue being complicit in the very cycle that destroyed the family. One thing is certain. Season 20 has only just begun, and the Browns are already walking straight into their most dangerous chapter yet. Sources close to the show suggest that this so-called battle may have been the very reason producers pushed Kody to raise the idea of taking on another wife on camera. And in doing so, it forced Robyn into the spotlight, torn between what she truly wants as a woman and what she feels she must endure as the last wife standing. Fans are noticing the cracks. On Reddit, one viewer wrote, "Robyn looks trapped. She doesn't want another wife, but she doesn't want to be the villain either. For the first time, I actually feel sorry for her." Another added, "This is Mary's cycle all over again, sacrificing her happiness for the principal." Now it's Robyn's turn. And that's what makes this episode so powerful. For years, the story has been simple. Robyn wins, the others lose. But now, Robyn isn't smiling anymore. She isn't defending Kody. She isn't pretending that this life is the dream. She's confessing out loud that she's afraid, that she's exhausted, that she may be broken. Meanwhile, Kody doesn't seem to notice, or maybe he doesn't care. As Robyn's voice shakes with skepticism, Kody doubles down, talking about destiny and obedience. The dynamic is chilling. One is quietly unraveling, the other is clinging desperately to control. Which raises the question, is Robyn finally starting to see what Christine, Janelle, and Mary realized years ago? That Kody's vision of plural marriage was never about love. It was about power. Because Kody's words in Season 20, Episode 1 sound familiar. He frames it the same way he always has. It's not about me. It's about God's plan. Longtime fans know this pattern well. Every time Kody is accused, financial mismanagement, favoritism, reckless moves like relocating to Flagstaff, he hides behind the same shield, divine will. But this time he pushes even further. He insists that polygamy is the core of the Brown family identity. If we abandon the principle, we abandon who we are. Translation: Kody's ultimate fear is not losing wives, it's becoming irrelevant. Christine is thriving in the public eye. Janelle has won the audience's sympathy. Mary has moved on with her life, and now, Kody and Robyn are left holding the torch of sister wives alone. If even they admit plural marriage is over, then the brand collapses. And with it, Kody's control. One fan online summed it up perfectly. Kody doesn't actually want another wife. He just wants the option of another wife because it makes him feel powerful. And the irony? For years, Kody has whined about how polygamy ruined his life, destroying his marriages, alienating his kids, wrecking his reputation. And yet, instead of confronting those failures, he twists the logic. If polygamy broke everything, then the only way to make it all worth it is to keep practicing it. That's the Kody Brown cycle, redefining loss as destiny, rebranding failure as faith. But Robyn isn't fooled. The camera lingers on her silence, her scowls, her tears. She knows exactly what another wife would mean. More competition, more heartbreak, more isolation. And yet she doesn't reject it outright. She sits there, torn between her personal pain and the public role she feels forced to uphold. And that is where Season 20 finds its central conflict. Kody is clinging to relevance, desperate to prove he still matters. Robyn is discovering that being the favorite wife offers no protection from the misery of polygamy. But the bigger question looms. Is Kody truly considering another wife? Or is this nothing more than a scripted storyline, crafted to keep sister wives alive as the rest of the family walks away? Because by now, fans are savvy. They know this show isn't just about family, it's about ratings. And Season 20, Episode 1 feels like a textbook case, a manufactured twist designed for maximum drama. The timing of Kody's new wife bombshell isn't just suspicious, it's calculated. The question shaking Season 20 isn't just whether Kody Brown wants another wife, it's whether this idea was truly his conviction, or just another TLC experiment designed to manufacture chaos. Because fans aren't buying it. The moment Kody mentioned God possibly sending him another wife, Reddit lit up with theories. One viral thread put it bluntly. This isn't Kody waking up one morning and deciding he's ready for polygamy again. This is TLC panicking that their show has run out of wives. And honestly, it's hard to argue. With Christine, Janelle, and Mary all gone, the grand polygamous empire Kody built has crumbled into nothing more than a two-person marriage with Robyn. Yes, fans are curious about their relationship. Yes, they want to see if Robyn finally cracks. But does it carry the same fire? The same unpredictability that kept viewers glued for over a decade? Not even close. And TLC knows it. That's why dangling the possibility of a new wife is television chess. It sparks instant questions. Who would she be? How would Robyn react? Would Christine, Janelle, or even Mary weigh in from the sidelines? Insiders claim this isn't even new. For years, producers have seeded questions directly during confessionals. A former source admitted wives were flat out asked, "What if Kody remarried?" Even when it wasn't relevant. Why? To plant seeds. To create tension. To build a storyline they could cash in on later. So when Kody suddenly starts talking about another wife as though God is whispering in his ear, fans can't help but ask, is this divine inspiration? Or just another TLC script? But here's where it gets messy. Some speculate that TLC may actually be piloting casting for a future wife right now. If the outrage turns into ratings, what's stopping them from introducing a new face next season? It wouldn't be the first time Kody played along. Remember the Flagstaff move? Sold to viewers as a family decision, but later revealed to be mostly Kody's call? TLC stretched that chaos into multiple seasons of content. The same playbook is unfolding now. Kody throws out a shocking statement. Robyn reacts emotionally. Fans dissect it for weeks. The network cashes in. But the gamble isn't working the way TLC hoped. Instead of excitement, what they've triggered is outrage. Within hours of episode 1 airing, hashtags like Darsh Sister Wives Meltdown, Kody Never Learns, and Poor Robyn were trending. One viral post on X read, "Kody can't make one wife happy and now his solution is to get another? This man lives in a fantasy world." Another went further. "This isn't faith. This is ego. He lost 3 incredible women and still thinks more wives will fix it. Unreal." Reddit tore Kody apart even more. Fans pulled up his own quotes from past seasons to highlight his hypocrisy. Season 10. Kody admits, "I'm struggling to meet my wife's needs." Season 17. Kody confesses, "I don't even want polygamy anymore." Season 20. Suddenly, maybe another wife will fix everything. One top comment summed it up perfectly. This isn't growth, it's delusion. And while fans blasted Kody, some of the shockwaves hit Robyn too. For years, she's been the villain in viewers' eyes, the spoiled favorite, the final wife who won. But this season, for the first time, many are seeing her differently. Watching her break down, watching her admit she couldn't handle another wife, fans felt something unexpected: sympathy. One supporter wrote, "She seems trapped in the exact same system that destroyed the others. She just hasn't figured out how to break free yet." This shift could change everything. Robyn's image has always been cold, calculating, manipulative. But season 20 is painting her as a victim of the very system Kody uses to maintain control. The cycle Christine, Janelle, and Mary fought so hard to escape is now closing in on Robyn. And for the first time, audiences are beginning to see her not as the winner, but as the next casualty. Of course, TLC doesn't care if it's sympathy or outrage. Both are engagement. Both are ratings. And right now, Kody's talk of another wife is fueling both. But here's the risk. Fans aren't just calling Kody selfish anymore. They're calling the storyline tired. They're saying, "We're done with this cycle." And if that sentiment keeps growing, it could be lethal to the future of sister wives. Because let's be honest, even when Christine isn't on screen, she's still the one driving this narrative. Her shadow looms over everything. Every time Kody says the word "another wife," fans hear Christine's warnings echoing back from past seasons. Remember when she said he'll never stop? He'll always think he needs more? That line is going viral again, alongside clips of her breaking down, confessing her unhappiness, and finally walking away. In leaving, Christine didn't just save herself. She rewrote the show, and fans are noticing the contrast. Christine is thriving in her new life with David, glowing with freedom. Meanwhile, Kody looks more bitter, more defensive, and more desperate than ever. It's a split screen. What happens when you walk away from control versus what happens when you cling to it. Even Janelle, though quieter, cuts deep this season. She doesn't need to call Kody out by name. Her simple words say everything. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect something different. That's insanity. And as Kody tries to justify bringing in another wife, fans couldn't miss the irony. One top Reddit comment nailed it. Janelle just said what we're all thinking. Another wife isn't the solution. It's another person for Kody to ignore. So here we are again. Kody thinks more wives mean more legacy. TLC thinks more wives mean more ratings. But fans, they're not entertained. They're exhausted. And unless something changes, sister wives may be closer to collapse than anyone realizes. Neglect. That is the word fans keep circling back to when they dissect Kody Brown's downfall. Neglect of Christine's sacrifices, neglect of Janelle's loyalty, neglect of Mary's endurance. And in that neglect, Kody planted the seeds of his own destruction. Season 20, Episode 1 pulls the curtain back on this cycle of abandonment, but it also showcases something far more important: how the women Kody once dismissed are now thriving without him. Take Janelle, for example. Her presence in this new season doesn't scream anger, nor does it carry the heavy bitterness that used to lace her words in earlier confessionals. No, Janelle sounds different now, detached, almost serene. And that is powerful. Because detachment doesn't mean defeat, it means freedom. It means she no longer places her emotional well-being in Kody's hands. For years, she fought for the partnership, tried to find balance. tried to hold the family together. But now she's done. She's building her own life, setting her own boundaries, and pursuing her own happiness outside of Kody's shadow. And fans picked up on this instantly. One Reddit user summed it up perfectly. Christine left with fire, but Janelle left with peace. Both are stronger for it. Christine represents the bold leap, the act of ripping off the bandage and choosing joy over pain. Janelle represents quiet strength, the proof that sometimes survival means walking away without the fireworks, but with dignity and tact. Together, these two women are showing viewers that leaving Kody Brown isn't just possible. It's the healthiest, most human choice any of them could make. And then comes Meri. Her story stands apart, a cautionary tale of what happens when you remain tethered to a broken system for far too long. Fans haven't forgotten the years of humiliation she endured. The way Kody publicly stripped her of dignity by saying he had no romantic interest in her. The way her catfishing scandal exposed her desperate need for love. The way she stayed long after her heart was shattered. Her eventual departure was bittersweet. Empowering, because she finally chose herself. Heartbreaking, because it took over a decade of neglect for her to reach that breaking point. And yet, even in her absence, Meri's presence looms large in season 20. When Kody speaks casually of another wife, viewers can't help but hear the silence of Meri's story echoing in the background. How can this man justify seeking a new wife when he abandoned the first one who followed him into this faith? One viral fan comment put it bluntly: he couldn't love Meri, he couldn't protect Christine, he couldn't respect Janelle. And now he thinks the answer is to recruit another woman? That's not faith, that's delusion. Meri's absence exposes the deepest hypocrisy of Kody's so-called principle of plural marriage. If God truly designed this lifestyle for him, then why have all but one wife walked away? Why is it that the women are thriving, while Kody spirals further into bitterness, desperation, and denial? The answer is simple. It was never about faith. It was always about control. And fans know it. On Reddit and X, formerly Twitter, conversations after the premiere exploded with cynicism. Some saw Kody's talk of another wife as nothing more than brand damage control, a distraction from the lawsuits, property disputes, and financial mismanagement surrounding him and Robyn. Because make no mistake, this discussion of a new wife isn't happening in isolation. Behind the scenes, the Browns are drowning in financial turmoil. Court orders, property deeds, TLC contracts, it's all piling up. And some fans believe Kody is desperately clinging to the only thing he has left: television relevance. One viral comment cut straight to the core. Kody doesn't need a new wife. He needs accountability. He needs a therapist. He needs to face why 3 incredible women walked away from him. And that's the irony. Christine, Janelle, and Meri are no longer bound by Kody's control. Christine has found joy with David. Janelle has found strength and independence. Meri has finally embraced her worth. Meanwhile, Kody is left with nothing but Robyn, and even she looks like she's cracking under the pressure. So when Kody hints at another wife, fans aren't seeing a man of faith. They're seeing a man desperate for control, clinging to a system that has already collapsed. And this time, instead of sparking intrigue, it's sparking outrage. Outrage that may prove more dangerous to the show's future than Kody or TLC ever imagined. The premiere of Sister Wives Season 20 doesn't waste a single second before throwing viewers into chaos. What should have been just another episode of family updates quickly turned into one of the most shocking turning points in the show's history. Kody Brown, already reeling from broken marriages, estranged children, and endless financial messes, floats an idea so bizarre that fans around the world stopped in their tracks, bringing in a brand new wife. Now, on the surface, Kody frames this suggestion as a noble extension of his faith and legacy. He couches it in soft words: concern for family, desire for stability, the principle of plural marriage. But audiences aren't blind. They've seen this pattern for over a decade. When Kody feels his grip on power slipping, he doesn't self-reflect. He scrambles. He manipulates. And now, with Christine, Janelle, and Meri all having walked away from him, Kody is attempting what fans see as his last desperate gamble, resetting the system with someone new. And yet, the brilliance of this premiere is not just in Kody's shocking words. It's in the wives' reactions. Christine, now freer and stronger than ever, doesn't hold back. Her eyes narrow, her lips tighten, and she makes it abundantly clear: this is insanity. She's lived through the heartbreak of being neglected, ignored, and replaced. Why on earth would another woman willingly sign up for the same misery? Her skepticism isn't just about her own pain. It's a warning shot to any outsider watching. Janelle, as always, plays it differently. She doesn't rage. She calculates. Her questions cut like scalpels. How would a new wife fit into this fractured household? Who gets Kody's limited time, money, and emotional energy? These aren't romantic questions. They're logistical, practical, and devastating. Because the answer, as Janelle well knows, is that Kody has nothing left to give. Fans online praised her quiet strength, noting how her detached tone signals something bigger. Janelle isn't bitter anymore. She's free. She has no emotional tether left to Kody, and that detachment makes her power undeniable. Then comes Meri, or rather, the haunting absence of Meri. For years, fans watched her cling to the ruins of a marriage Kody had already abandoned. They watched her endure humiliation, loneliness, and finally, the infamous catfishing scandal that exposed just how desperate she was for love. Her eventual decision to walk away should have been the final nail in the coffin of Kody's authority. And now, in season 20, Kody dares to talk about bringing in a new wife while the memory of Meri's suffering still lingers. Fans weren't having it. As one viral Reddit comment put it, he couldn't love his first wife, he couldn't keep the ones he had, and now he wants to trap another woman? That's not faith, that's delusion. But perhaps the most fascinating player in this storm is Robyn Brown. On camera, she doesn't flinch, doesn't lash out, doesn't even openly disagree. Instead, she crunches numbers in her head. Her facial expressions stay calm, her tone measured, her answers deliberately vague. She doesn't say yes to Kody's idea, but she doesn't say no either. This calculated neutrality is Robyn's power. She knows the stakes aren't just emotional, they're financial, contractual, and reputational. Fans picked up on her tactic immediately. Social media lit up with comments like, "Classic Robyn," "She's not saying no, she's not saying yes." She's protecting herself while letting Kody dig his own grave. And they're right. By refusing to commit, Robyn does two things at once. She keeps Kody happy in the moment, and she keeps TLC producers guessing, which ensures the storyline and the paychecks keep rolling in. Because here's the truth. This entire discussion isn't happening in a vacuum. Off camera, Kody and Robyn are drowning in lawsuits, property disputes, and mounting financial pressures. Every decision they make now is shadowed by dollar signs. Fans have begun to openly speculate. Is this talk of another wife about faith? Or is it a desperate stunt to save the family brand and milk TLC for more money? One viral comment summed it up brutally. Another wife? More like another distraction. Kody can't even manage the ones he had. This is brand damage control, nothing more. By the end of episode 1, the stage is set. Kody has thrown out the bait. Robyn has played her careful game of neutrality. And Christine, Janelle, and the memory of Meri stand as living proof of his failures. The children, too, appear briefly in the episode, their guarded looks hinting at their growing awareness that their family legacy is collapsing in real time. And this is why fans are hooked. It isn't just about whether Kody will actually bring in a new wife. It's about what this conversation reveals: his desperation, Robyn's strategy, Christine's fiery independence, Janelle's calm strength, and Meri's ghostly cautionary tale. Season 20 isn't just about plural marriage anymore. It's about survival, image control, and the implosion of a man who once claimed to be the leader of a great family but is now standing nearly alone. By the final moments of the premiere, one thing is clear: the audience isn't passive anymore. Fans dissect every word, every silence, every lawsuit, and every glance. Kody may think he's controlling the narrative, but season 20 proves otherwise. The wives, the children, and even the fans themselves are shaping the story now. And as one fan perfectly wrote online, Kody doesn't need another wife. He needs to answer for why 3 incredible women already walked away. Season 20 has begun not with unity, but with fractures. And those fractures are where the real story lives.